Everything I read in the month of June. Famesick by Lena Dunham. I think that Lena Dunham is a good writer. I don't read a lot of memoirs, but this was a very easy, breezy read. Famesick is really more about the sick than the fame. Like, there is some tea, it drops names, and there is some stuff about being famous, but for the most part, it's a lot about chronic illness and chronic pain. Next up, I reread Dune. It was Dune June, y'all. I have a whole podcast episode on my thoughts about this book and the film adaptations. There's a lot I could say, but you should just go listen to that podcast. That is Read Receipts. At the end of the day, I love Dune. I am a Dune head till I die, I fear. Although I should not fear, because fear is the mind killer. Next up, I read 100 Years of Solitude. I listened to the audiobook of this, which I'm not sure I would recommend. A lot of the names are very similar, and it was hard to keep track of all of these names while listening. That might just be me and how I process auditory information, but it was hard. That being said, I still liked it. I really like magical realism, and that is what's at the heart of this novel. There's a lot of cool culture and history, and I'm really excited to watch the Netflix series. Next up, I read Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin, and I adored this. It's sort of haunting and kind of dark, but really existential, and has a lot to do with identity and sexuality. It's from 1956, and it sort of stems from James Baldwin's experience in Paris during that time. It follows an American, David, who is an expat, and he begins to question his identity and sexuality after meeting this man, Giovanni. This was a great read for Pride Month. Really makes me want to read more of James Baldwin's work. And lastly, I read Heart the Lover by Lily King. I don't read a lot of romance. That's not what I typically go for. But I was in a book club a few years ago where we read Writers and Lovers by Lily King, and I really liked that. So I thought, okay, I'll give this a try. And wow, I really enjoyed this. I devoured it in like 2 days, and I cried so much at the end. So get ready for a tearjerker, but really this is just sort of this intimate, like, slice of life story about this woman who is in college and has a couple crushes, makes some friends, is kind of trying to figure out her path in life. Really, it's just this interpersonal relationship story that I thought was really touching. What did you read in June, and what are you reading in July? I am a fourth of the way done with the Odyssey. For anyone else reading it, Godspeed.